Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. I still have a four-term senator and former governor of Kano State, Kabiru Gaya, as our guest tonight to focus on the 2023 elections and electoral integrity in Nigeria. All right, Senator, you were the go-to person for INEC in the National Assembly, so many people would have expected INEC to rig the election for you. Is the fact that you lost sufficient to give INEC a pass mark?
Well, I believe so because it affects me in the election, and I have to commend all the staffs and the chairman and commissioners of INEC for doing their best. I believe they were really independent. They did the best they could to make sure that they served the nation based on the oath they took of office, and I commend them for that. And I believe I'm one of the people that will commend them. And if it is in those days, I would say, I know the chairman didn't like me and he rigged the election against me, but that's not true. Everybody in that place liked me, including the staffs of those places. They all like me and I like them. And we are friends for the last 4 years, and we worked together for years on the issue of forming this electoral. And they persuaded, they gave us over 20 memorandum to input into the INEC, the electoral bill. And I believe it was based all on the experience, and also on our experience as Democrats. We were on the field for many years, since '82. We've been on field, and up to this time, anytime the election we go on field, we see the problems of box snatching and creating disruption on the election. And now you find that even that way, if you snatch a ballot box, you find that the results are already being transmitted, so that is no more valid. But in those days, people, when they are carrying the ballot papers to the next collation center, they will be attacked and they tear the papers in the ballot paper if they are the ones that lost the election at that unit. So therefore, and then the result cannot be declared. But find that even now we introduce them in that even if you stop them on the road and remove, tear the ballot papers and so on, it's already on the records in INEC as has been transferred through the beavers. So therefore, it may be difficult. Even if you take a beaver out and break it, like some people did in other places, and therefore the results have already been transmitted to the headquarters. So therefore, you cannot alter those results. So I believe they have done a lot. We have done a lot. Not they have done. We have done a lot, both of us, because they have to show us how those beavers work in the Senate, and we accepted. And even the members of the House of Assembly, House of Rep, who were also part of the Electoral Matters Committee or Election Matters Committee, like the chairman of that committee, we are all with them, and we work together, including the stakeholders, including the judiciary, and we did the best we can uninterrupted. We talk based on our experience at the elections, and we want to correct elections in this country. We are even introducing a bill, but we in the Senate have completed that bill, but the House did not concur with us. Therefore, I'm appealing to this 10th Senate to bring back that bill, which is the Electoral Offences Commission, which was sponsored by Senator Kerry, who is now a deputy national chairman of APC. But that bill is an excellent bill. It's going to also take care of those who are creating violence on the election, and also will reduce the way that INEC is being involved into a lot of litigation. Even electoral offences should be handled by this commission, and they are the ones to charge people who did violence during elections, or even this Senate ballot paper snatching and so on. This commission will do the best it could, and I'm sure that commission, I'm appealing to the 10th Senate to make sure that 10th Senate to make sure that they bring that bill back, because it's very, very important. It will also sanitize the system of our election in this country. I believe, and we want talk of in the future, we may do electronic voting everywhere, and that will also be of interest to this country. Even voting in diaspora can also be possible in the next few years.
All right. So, Senator, talking about some lapses on the part of INEC, many people condemn INEC for the inability to upload the 2023 presidential election results on IREF in real time. Now, did you and your colleagues in the National Assembly envisage this kind of hiccups while drafting the electoral law?
If you trust an individual on his job, you don't expect maybe him to do 100%. Even if you didn't do 100%, you could understand that, yeah, there must be a reason for so doing. I don't believe they deliberately refused to upload these results to of the presidential election. But if you go through the details, you find the results are there as being casted at the polling units. The issue is the issue of transferring votes from one location to another. And I think what we did in our law is that all the results would be transmitted from the polling units, where the party chairman or the agent of each political party would sign on the result sheet, and the returning officer would sign on that sheet. The police, the security people, the police, or any other security member that are there will also sign on the results of the election of that polling unit. Then it will be transferred electronically, what mean by electronically is that they will take the picture from the beaver of that result, picture of the result signed by everybody, and that result is the one that's transmitted to the next uploading center and then down to the national headquarters. So I believe if that thing is on the ground, the initial result, I don't see whether uploading or downloading may be a problem. Maybe just lawyers wanted to make money from the clients. They are just accusing the INEC for not downloading. It's not. I don't think it is really a serious offense on the Electoral Act. We saw those things, but that's why we say even the issue of announcing result on Durex, there was no law before talking about this Durex issue. But during our time, we introduced it, that INEC had the right within 7 days to review that result if the electoral officer is being forced to announce result on Durex or at whatever situation against his will.
So let's talk about the EU reports. This report says there are some gaps to be corrected in our electoral process. What's your reaction to the reports?
Well, they didn't mention, the EU. Well, I believe the EU have just made their points. But certainly speaking, the Nigerian election could not be faulted by any other organization outside Nigeria. And even those faulting it in Nigeria are those the opposition parties. But I believe INEC has done its best. They had a lot of sleepless nights to perform well. And I don't believe we should recognize the EU's report in this aspect. And I do not agree with that report. Even when the day they said this is their position, we felt, no, these people are reading between the lines. Definitely they should understand INEC has done its best. We have gone through this process for many years. And this is the only time we have a stable democracy that every 4 years are an election. So we are perfecting ourselves day by day on this electoral process. So the election done by National Electoral Commission in the 2023 election, I think, to my own view, to my own understanding, and to my own involvement in this election for years, and being the chairman of the Electoral Act bill, I just commend INEC for what they are doing or for what they did.
All right. So away from that now, Senator, was there any time that you had fears that your party, the APC, will lose the 2023 presidential election with Tinubu as the candidate and Hausa Fulani man on the ballot for the PDP?
I believe President Tinubu is a good politician, an excellent one, for two reasons. He was looking at the votes he can make to win election. He is a good Muslim. His wife is a pastor. So he doesn't have anything against any Christian in Nigeria because his wife is a pastor. So I am saying that why initially there was all these rumors of Muslim ticket cannot work. But President Tinubu made up his calculations that he is a minority Muslim in the south. And he cannot afford to take a minority Muslim in the north. Because two minorities, two negatives will make a positive. So therefore he said that, look, he cannot put the country his party at stake in such a way that he take Muslim minority from the north, and he's also a Christian minority from the north, and he is also a Muslim minority in the south. So therefore he needs the votes. So based on his calculation for bringing Senator Shetima on board, he needs the votes of the south, of the northeast, and Shetima has good friends all over the northwest and the north itself. So therefore, we rallied down to support Shetima and Tinubu on their ticket so that we can win this election. And from day one, I know there are problems by some of us Nigerians that why should Tinubu do Muslim ticket in trying to divide Nigeria based on religion. But Tinubu didn't think of that. Tinubu believed that every Nigerian, whether a Muslim or a Christian, is needed to come on board to help this government move forward. So therefore, he was looking for the best way to achieve success in his 2023 election. His calculations were very right, and they were proven right. He won the election himself and Shatima. So all I'm saying is really, he's a person who had a focus. He was a governor of only one state, Lagos. When he was a governor, he was a senator in Lagos. And he became governor of Lagos State, and he was able to bring along all the 6 states in the southwest. And then when he joined us in APC, we joined as ANPP, we now form APC. We now won the election. Buhari tried on his own many years ago, and he never won. But when Bola Tinubu came on board, we worked together and were able to win elections. The President Buhari won 2015 and then 2019. And now Tinubu came on board. He was the right person to be there, but we thank God he's here, and I believe we will give him all the support to make sure that he succeeds in this system. So therefore, he had a very good calculation in coming along on that. He didn't bring it on Muslim ticket as his reason. He brought it as somebody who can deliver him both, that he can win election. You bring the southwest and part of the south, and then a small area of the southeast, and then he get majority part of the north. And that way he did, his calculation was right, and he won the election. And I commend him for that, for his choice of Kasim Shatima.
So, Senator, looking back, why do you think Tinubu won the 2023 presidential election, and what advantage did he have over other candidates?
The advantage we have is to unite Nigeria. He is the president from the southwest, and we have the vice president from the northeast. Initially, we had a president from the northwest, who is Buhari, and then in the southwest we have the vice president. So therefore, this calculation in politics, it works well, and we are able to be delivering this country even for years and time to come. But I believe that since Bola Tinubu is the president, Bola Tinubu is trying to bring everybody on board, like this opposition from the other parties and from the other regions. I believe they should cooperate with him and then come on board, and let's have one united Nigeria party.
So the victory of the APC in the presidential election is being challenged in court. Do you have any fear of a rerun or of losing the case in court?
Well, I'm not a judge, but I've been in politics for quite some time. I believe that the tribunals for the presidential election will, at the end of the day, declare the right winner, who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because if you go through the election results, if you are going to contest on the election results are clear and fair, and that he has won the election. So there are no other ground that you say, you want to nail President Tinubu on this so that the court can declare. And even in the interest of peace in this country, the court will not do that, because this man has won election, and there is no way the court should now deprive Nigerians from the legitimate vote they gave to President Bola Tinubu. I believe they will support Nigerians and the will of Nigerians for voting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and let the courts also support him. I know you don't discuss issues in the court, but I believe I'm sharing my own views as a Nigerian and also as a politician who have been in politics for quite a while, and I can understand that if anybody wins election free and fair, at least he'll be supported, so that in the next elections we can still do better in trying to perform elections for the good of the people of Nigeria. And with this, I believe many Nigerians who have interest of trying to work hard and change the position of Nigeria positively should be able to join politics or support President Bola Tinubu in all his endeavors.
So, Senator, let's come back to you now, and this is about your next political plan. Do you wish to return to the National Assembly or take a shot at the governorship seat in Kano State?
Well, I'm contented with what I am now. and a former senator that had just left office. He was there for 16 years, so I was of experience in that. I was also a former governor for 2 years before military put us out. And then I also have experience of those number of years which I served between being a governor and now a legislator. I think I have also experience which I may be able at any opportunity to serve this country. I will, because I'm here. I have the knowledge. I've gained a lot from this country, and I believe I should extend my wealth of experience across the nation. So therefore, I am not blocking myself from anything. In politics, it is difficult to retire, because even if you retire, you go back to your farm, the people will follow you to say, who are we going to select for the next election? You will still be in politics. So there, and I've already I supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I want to support him for the from up to 2027 election, by God's grace.
You react to this in 30 seconds. Do you support negotiation with bandits as a way of solving the problem of insecurity in many parts of Nigeria?
Issue of banditry or the bandits in, I believe the president has started what he's doing to make sure there is peace in this country. The military have to be steadfast, have to work hard to make sure that they are able to chase out all these people at whatever bush they are siding. Even the people, I assume they are tired of staying in that bush because they have stayed for too long in the bush. They don't have a good roof, they don't have a good environment to stay, and they are snatching people to make money, which they cannot even spend that money, enjoy the money they are taking out from the people. So I believe President Tinubu should be able to now screen those bushes and move out those people from that area. What maybe they will do, extend the agricultural program in that area so that people can now utilize those bush to as farmlands. And because most of the people, they have complained that they have been sent away from their farmlands and they're not able to grow anything to feed themselves. And that is increasing the poverty level in the northern Nigeria or in any area where you have this banditry. Just 2 days ago, the kidnappers attacked people in along Ibadan, Lagos-Ibadan Road, and kidnapped some people there. And even every day here, they do it in the north central, in Niger State, Katsina, and many other places. So therefore, President should now warn the militaries or direct them and the police to go and make sure that they comb the forest, and so that it can be free. But even I believe that the incidents had reduced drastically in those days before the election of 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've been speaking with a four-term senator and former governor of Kano State, Senator Kabiru Gaya. Tonight, we focused on the 2023 elections and electoral integrity in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Senator, for coming on Politics Tonight. Thank you.
Very much, and I wish the president a better, successful, long life, prosperity, and then God give him the power to challenge and solve the problems of Nigeria to become a better country than what it is now. Thank you very much.